Alright, right back at the Book of Hours, my second run through, reaching what I have to characterize as the end game, but hopefully I'm going to underline that with this play session, because I have some specific plans, but I'm going to have to, where are my notes? My notes are right here. Because I'm going to have to make some Yuzult, I'm going to have to make some Millicent, because, let me explain my reasoning. Into the game. Right, here we are. What am I doing? Oh, I'm buying a book. Of course I am. That's what I do. So, my problem is that spending all these memories on leveling up these items is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it's boring, and I don't want to do it. And the only reason to do that is crafting, and especially determinations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of the great inks. I'm going to get all of the great inks, in fact. Then I am going to see if I can unlock every determination with what I have. And then I'm going to specifically level things high. I'm talking like 6+, if I need that skill in order to unlock the determination. I mean, Nectar and Scale, I'm looking at you. But my biggest scale skill is very big indeed, so we're going to level things high only to patch holes, and then I'm going to focus on just leveling up all the low-level ones equally. Because I'm going to spend some time trying to unlock all of the recipes, or at least some of the recipes. There's going to be fun stuff in there that's going to be extremely difficult to actually evoke. But I'm not going to worry about that so much. I'm not going to go for completionness on that. But I am going to worry at the problem. So the first thing on our agenda is the creation of Yuzult. And then we're going to try to unlock every single determination to see what the options are. We need Yuzult, we need Millicent. Let's go. So right here, as we know, Winks of Power do this? As I recall, Purifications and Exaltations and Xanthotic Essence, and this will not do. What? Where are my notes? Iotic Essence to Orpiment Exultans. Exotic Essence is 15 Lantern and the skill, obviously. Oh, I've got a... just in case. But obviously not this skill. There we go. There's some Yuzult. So let's go, right? Weird that Purifications can make Xanthotic Essence, but Glazery and Lightsmithing can't make... well, maybe it can make the Essence. Whatever. Yuzult, on the way. Now I need Solomon's Preparation, which I believe is... it's right over here, actually. It's a ton of winter and a flower. Let's see if we can make this happen. Sly Alembic. So we're going to need our whisk. Oh, can't do you here, huh? I need a bench where I can put a flower. I could wait for, no. It's not a flower, it's a memory. Have to be careful, eh? So, winter and a flower. Nope. Nope. Maybe. Nope. God, the chittering. Just so many memories can come to a single focus point there. I would have thought one of these would accept flowers. And the coffin surely will. No. Up here, the Hushery Altar. What are flowers? He asks rhetorically. It's a flower. Alright, check you in my inventory. We're gonna find a way to use you. It's like, how can... it's the only place I can use a flower, the alchemy bench? I would say that is very strange, but so much in this game is very strange. Alright, I suppose. Time forward. I'll search while the clock ticks. Cooking? But cooking's not really a wintry thing, is it? I still need to find a root. There's a flower, but unfortunately, this is not the right place to make Solomon's preparation. Odd. Alright. Let's go real time. Just kind of look around. None of this is going to help me out. Maybe. No, this is for beasties. Oh well, I suppose. Alright, nothing for it. Time forward. And click. Yzolt. And custom terminale. One of the great inks. Good. And now we are over here and we can use a flower, right? Of course we can. So the alchemy bench really is where I have to be. What's my... Can you make Solomon's preparation? You can. Should I go get a winter Newman? I mean, it can't hurt, right? So... you. Give me Savazine, way down at the bottom. And just anything, right? There you go. And we let Solomon's preparation prepare. Our new book. Carbonic Schism. It's a trivial moth book at this point. Alright, good. Back into balance. That is not what we want to do, definitely. We definitely want imbalance. Solomon's preparation. Keeper Liver Winter, Solomon's preparations are a precursor to the great ink Nillikant. Alright, Nillikant. And then where's my whist? And then Big Winter, right? Can you do it? Cannot do. Check my notes again. I don't have it here. Nilly. Inks of containment is what it wants from me, but that's very low. So let's do a little investigation, right? Oh, Gideon Soaks? Really? Really? Anyway. Snow stories cannot be used to make Nillikant. Which is kind of interesting. Wow, winter just falls off a cliff. There's some Nillikant. I should have opened up the Yzolt everywhere I could. Oh well, I'll be back. There's Nillikant. Nope. And inks of containment. Well, here we go. Probably didn't need to use the Newman, right? Alright, so we're going to be investigating endings. So, this book needs to be on the shelf. My flute should probably go away. My flute probably doesn't need to be here, right? That's a big flute. It'd be better up here, I think. Alright, so I'm going to have to get one of the great inks in every slot, and then we're just going to cycle through Newman, right? And we are going to try to use every aspect of every Newman to try to unlock all the determinations. I might not even need it, given some of my skills are so high. But first, we go here. Hard sky in winter. Right there. And we're going to wait, and then we're going to do some investigation. If I can unlock all of the histories and the determinations, I will not level up a skill to use it with. But if I can't, I will. Contrariwise, opposite way. Right. Bing. We got ourselves some Nillikant. Costume terminal of the third history. It's the bleak blue-white of winter, spawned an itinerant order of secret celebrants who regard the worms as semi-gods and who are sometimes called on to celebrate difficult funerals. So, first history. We must approach this correctly, right? This is the first history. This is the second history, fourth history, third history. There we go. Exult, Porphyrine, Nillikant, Orpiment Exultant, and Maricat. Alright. Let's get to determining. So we are currently with Heart, Sky, and Winter. We won't be able to do heart here, I don't think, because there's no way to put chore in, but we'll do sky and winter. So we need a sky ink, and our sky soul is Faust. Oh, we need our journal. That's the other thing. I need another inventory slot. This is going to get very awkward, unfortunately. I thought I could keep everything just on hand. Speaking of awkward, where is my journal? Right here. We have a bunch of undiscovered stuff. What we will discover. Right now we need a lot of sky. Oh, we can do 2 at once. But observe that we don't have 25. We have but 20. Now you're supposed to make determinations in order to unlock these, but it appears that I could just bowl my way through the door, right? Now, question. I should be counting while I do this, right? So there's only really 3 endings I can choose from, eh? And I bet that's bound to this book, which is in turn bound to my archaeologist past. And so these determinations from nowhere origin, which we will read, the Tritrage kind of the Carapace Cross dream themselves out of black glass to be their own monarch. If we inherit the empty throne, we dream ourselves into every night to come. That's the origin determination. We want a slightly different ink, don't we? And here we have the determination that the horned axe is the oldest. The horned axe bears 2 blades, permits passage when passage to be permitted, waits at the threshold. The horned axe, who forbids contradiction, is the oldest hour. Other hours might seem older. They are not older. And I think this is actually true, correct? Because the horned axe is the last god from stone to live. All others were destroyed, with the possible question of the wheel and the egg unhatching. Who may be here, who may be elsewhere. What I really need right now is a little more sky. Do I have Didumos? I call upon you. That's 25 sky. But because it's not a Numan. Oh, is it tied to the Numan, what you can choose here? That I kind of believe. And so oh, that makes a lot of sense right there. So the full exploration of this will take quite some time, won't it? So I need to raise 25 of each and each and each. But let's try heart, right? Heart should be easiest. Oh, my journal went away. Let's see if we can determine the way of the world. And then soul is chore, and the heart skill is, again, stitching and binding. The Newman is back into balance. But again, I'm short. Huh. Well, surely I'm not short on winter, given I have sickle and, well, maybe I am. Maybe I'm way short on winter, even though I have the highest of whist. Huh. So that gives that determination. So, alright, can I put whist here? I can. And could I put nillicant here? I can. And can I put quenchings and quellings here? Of course, but it's short of 25. But it gives us determination of white, the first flower. The watchman's tree is the covenant that forbids knowledge to mortals, but permits covenant houses of the tree, like Brangard Isle. The white flower of Calyptra, the silence that is given, was its first defense. When forbidden knowledge is known, it must be forgotten, but to be forgotten, it must be first known. The tree is rooted in paradox. Now, unfortunately, I wish I could read the descriptions even though I don't have all of the endings in place. Alright, so let us theorize. I theorize that I will be able to do a rose ascension right now if I have the proper Newman. So let's check our Newmans for rose Newmans. Oh, and there's another one. Ooh, we'll be able to definitely check on this. Alright, I got a plan. This isn't just random flailing, it only appears to be random flailing. Do not be deceived, my friends. Alright, skill at the highest level. This is really going to be irritating that I can't just switch these Newmans at will. Alright, pop. We got rose. We are the rosiest rose to ever rose a rose. And over here, my book with porphyrin, yes? Yes. And then roses, oh, it's only 4. But that's still good, right? Especially since Inks of Power is enormous. And it doesn't even let me see any of the 25 skill. This, yeah, okay. So Yeast Beyond the Wave is this history. Yeast will be the city we've dreamt of. That's the only one I've unlocked so far. But here we have a determination. Speech, the key. Language is the key. It was language that opened the doors in the masses. Without language, we would have no peace. Without language, we would still be beasts, worms, mud. Okay. So, question. What I will diverge with. Do I have another Rose Newman? Perhaps with the Forbidden Book, the Final Understanding. Causley's final work. That is going to be interesting, don't you think? Then I'm going to have to go back to the first Rose Newman in order to see if the ending that I'm about to unlock is there. Will this have yeast on it, is the question. A final understanding. Eternity and history cannot be reconciled. Alright, so right there, Inks of Power. And then porphyrin, please. And again, I don't have any histories I can write, but I can get speech, what be a key. But the Newman is required, and it gives Yeast Beyond the Wave. Alright, so, but it said it unlocked it. which is interesting. So it was attached to the Newman, and it had to be unlocked on the Newman, but it's not a different ending. Alright, so this doesn't really change anything, does it? This is just... I can always make determinations to boost my journal a little bit to get the last way there, and then undo those determinations later. There's no problem with that. It's just going to take time. So let's continue with what I can do right now. Oh, and I've already... This is exactly what I already had. Because now I can throw in Faust, right? Well, not here. Now we have to go to Illuminate Desk. We throw in a Final Understanding, and then Faust, and then we need Sky. What be my biggest Sky? Stitchy Binding is strange Sky skill. Why is that a Sky skill? And that's Orpiment Exultant, and then the From Nowhere Origin. And see, we're still short. So the way to get more is to level Faust again, to level Stitching and Binding again, which I'd prefer not to do either of those things. So I guess I should read all the very hardest books, because what's keeping me from smashing my soul together a little more is I want to have the second card for very hard books, so that when it asks me for another soul card, I can just throw in a big soul card and just immediately win. That's been the strategy this entire time. However, this seems like it's going to be a problem. And if I add the Dedumos, I get 25, but it looks like these are the crafting things given by the journal, and here's the crafting items given by the Newman. Alright, so yeah, that has to be it, right? Because it doesn't change. Like, is it with the... Yeah. It looks like there's a hierarchy to what base is used for every crafting. There's probably something subtle there I can take advantage of, right? Anyway, this Final Understanding, Rose, Sky, and Winter. I don't think I need to do Winter again, right? Can't use Winter here? That's unfortunate. Winter Desk, Ho. And then Nillikint, and then Whist. And Quenching and Quellings? Yeah, you're Winter Major. Oh, it hurts so bad to be just short. Alright, so ways to proceed. Make determinations, level up skills, level up soul. Since I'm going to be reading books anyway, I guess the answer has to be level up soul and skills. But to make this work, like, here, let's go get a scale, Newman. Let's keep going, continue to investigate this. We will figure this out. I mean, okay, we have figured this out. It's just we don't like what we see. We need to figure out something better. Not many days are going to pass in this play session, I think. That's fine. Busy librarian nonetheless. Alright, here we are. Scale. You are a scaly desk, yes? Now the problem is, heart is terrible scale, but I have strong scale there. Are any okay, so Nillikent is scale. See, we're at 23. So we have to level up our journal. Shell origin. Have not seen you. The Carapace Cross are a hybrid race, and once we were the Carapace Cross. From Segla's kind, we inherited what we now call language. We long for what we were, and history is too hybrid. Add scale and heart, which will allow me to unlock whatever's next, if I have more Nillikent. So, and again, I'm too short, 2 whole short. So there's no way to unlock this aside from making determinations. So our goal is simple. We're just going to unlock all the determinations, and then later on we'll try to unlock all of the endings, and then choose which one we want to execute. Well, we know what we're going to execute, it's just, you know. Scale, that's all we needed here, right? No, don't make a determination. So let's find some other stuff. Edge, Forge, and Grail are all new for right now. Strangely enough, we are so very, very advanced, and yet we are not advanced enough. I could end the game if I wanted to, by pursuing determinations and spending ink, but I am not sure this is what I want to do, because I'm far too greedy, I guess is the way to put it. Oh, I need my journal again. I wish I had another inventory slot. Alright, so we are going to go for Edge. So Arab, which is weak Edge. Very sad right there. Sickle and Eclipse, which is strong Edge. And then where is our edgy ink? Nillikent again. There, Speech, the Sword, which our abbot, our ex-Viking abbot friend would agree with. Language is a weapon. With language we breached the Mansis. Without language we could not have fought wars. Without language we would still be apes, beetle, stone. You know, there's a pretty big argument to be made for that. But right now I want Maricat. And I want my biggest Grail skill, which is not very big at all. Grail, the oldest. The red Grail gives life. The Grail takes life. The Grail is not sated. The Grail, who disdains contradiction, is the oldest hour that persists. Not true. Any that seem older are subsumed, eventually, in the Grade's tides. The Grail is, quite full of itself, as I think would be obvious. Anyway, Forge Desk. What else would the Grail be full of, if not itself? And we have to get Orpiment Exultant, obviously, and Metal, and then the Newman, and my biggest Forge skill, which is 26. This will allow us to Archaeologist Victory. Gods from Steel will bring a second dawn. Is this my special victory right here? This is not on anything else. Interesting. No. Oh. No. So, okay. This is why it's important to investigate. So it's none of the normal victories, interesting enough. What are these victories here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. I would have expected one to be sky. What are they associated with? That's really interesting. Anyway, here we have red, the first flower. The watchman's tree is the covenant that forbids knowledge to mortals, but permits it to the covenant house of the tree. Like Brankrug Isle, the red flower of Calyptra, the fire fueled by truth, was its first defense. Fire consumes knowledge, but fire also gives light. The tree is rooted in paradox. And then, gods from steel will bring a second dawn. This history is my last and greatest work, and in it new hours will come to be. This means the means are imperfect, even perhaps regrettable. We can hope that these new hours will be neither of those things. The archaeologist victory. Gods from steel. It should not be possible to birth new hours from glory in the world, but there is always a way, and if I am destroyed in the birth of those hours, that is the final expiation. So this is how we win. This is the archaeologist victory. Destroy ourselves to bring about a new dawn. Well, gods that will bring a second dawn. Good. I suppose I could press this button right now and it would go. But we're not doing that, are we? Nope. Because we still have things to find. Meanwhile, we looked at Edge, we looked at Grail. We can still see these here, so they're not attached to the ink, which is interesting. Alright, so we looked at all use, right? Where's the Edge? Yeah, so it's time for a different Newman. Okay. So there's Moon and Nectar and Lantern. I don't know any of these. Let's do it. We do this with Fet, just a little bit. Wouldn't it be embarrassing if I had to wait for the next day? Oof. In fact, I am going to wait for the next day after I get this. This way I make sure I have all the cards. And we have the duck. Swan, probably. Maybe even a chicken. Anywho. Lantern, Moon, and Nectar. It's going to be awkward, isn't it? So here we have a Lantern desk. We have Moon and Lantern. Alright, we'll start here. We'll set up here. Result. And then my Newman buddy. And then my book. Then we want Lantern, of course. Only the biggest, bestest Lantern will do. Right here. Not high enough. Pretty high. Glorious origin. Our first sparks of self defended from the light above the world, which we call the glory. Without the glory we would be beasts in darkness, and the gifts of our past illuminate our future, which is eternity. I don't know where human beings came from. Like, I get the feeling there's probably correct answers here. Was speech a sword or was speech a key? That is quite a question. Anyway, Moon. Mooniness comes from Trist, right? And it's minor, which is a problem. And Porphyryne is Moony, and now we need our biggest Moon skill, which is Sickle and Eclipse. Still short. Oogly oogly. The Watchman's Tree is the covenant that forbids knowledge to mortals, but permits it to covenant houses of the tree. Like Brankrug Isle, the black flower of Calyptra, the knight unwounded, was its first defense. Forbidden knowledge must not be spoken, must not be written, must not be known. tree is rooted in night. This isn't correct, right? Because the knowledge must be suppressed, not forbidden. And if they would just forbid this knowledge, it'd be much, much easier. Just burn all the books, just murder all the dreamers, and you'd be done. And just keep cleaning the world like that. But instead we have the house. Because the knowledge is not forbidden, the knowledge is suppressed. It is difficult to get, but there is a path there, and that path is maintained on purpose. So black is wrong. So I have to choose between white. I gotta make these notes of this. We're gonna start making notes. The horned axe is oldest. The black flower is incorrect. Now I realize in some sense I am making a history here, so I needn't adhere to previous canon, but I'm going to see what happens when I do. This is rose. No, wait. Nectar. Alright. Means I have to go up to Nana's desk. Which is always difficult to click on. Alright. Health. Speaking of difficult. Now my biggest nectar skill, which I can already tell is not going to be enough. Roots origin. Our ancestors were born naked in the roots of the wood. All we ever were has risen from darkness. With our hands and our mouths we shaped language from mud. With our mouths and our hands we will shape our future. When the gods from blood and others and gods from light eradicated the gods from stone. That's an interesting question. Are the gods from light older than the gods from stone? Because that would make the sun and splendor probably the oldest, right? And that's also the flower maker. That's also, who else is a god from light? I mean, the Watchman, but he came later. The Manscaped, she came later. The Madrigal, she came later. The Forge of Days was a god from light, but the Forge of Days explicitly usurped and took the space of the Flint, which was a god from stone. So I guess from that we can determine that the gods from stone were earlier than the gods from light, which means that the horned axe is still the oldest. And because we have so much evidence that we were part of the Carapace Cross, that would make the shell origin correct. Shell origin is correct. I'm not sure which of the flowers I think is most correct, but it's definitely not this one. And definitely not black flower, rather, with this Newman. Alright. And we are, of course, far short of what we need to make the Grail victory, the Nectar victory. So, okay, time to find more Newmans, right? Next Newman, clean Newman, move down, move down. Alright, so, I've done Rose, Scale, and Sky, done Lantern, Moon, and Nectar, done Edge, Forge, and Grail, and done Heart, Sky, and Winter. I need Knock. That's what I'm missing. Knock. What else? Heart? Have I done Heart? I think I have. But I'm definitely know I need Knock. And there's one more I'm missing, huh? Huh. That is troublesome, I have to say. But I will find a way to get through it. Raining out, doesn't matter. I must have missed one. Well, I will go through them all, because they're all on the list, and then I will try to identify what I'm missing. Anyway, time to go over here. You're a Naki desk, right? Yeah. And this is Porphyryne, yeah? Yeah. Knock is, of course, my mighty shaft. I'd be shocked if I wasn't able to end the game off this right now. Or maybe I don't have a big knock skill at all. Wow. My biggest knock skill is level 5, and it's knock minor. Both of them are knock minor. Wow. I've been slacking there. Anyway, what did I get? Speech, the wound. Language is a scar. It was language that tore open the mantis. True. Without language, we could have had no wars. Without language, we would be still be sky, fire, sky, and earth. So, speech, the wound is correct. Speech, the wound is correct, but not most correct. Because of the story, we steal the speech from Carapace Cross, which we were part of. We learned it. We were crossed, essentially, from one part to the other, and then had the combination that was necessary to take over. Or allowed. Oh, look at this. What are these attached to? Huh. Okay. Well, that's a big question right there. Anyway, let's see. What are we missing, huh? So let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That is 1 for each element, if I'm not mistaken. So we go through the primitive ones. We have nectar, which is right there. We have scale, which is right there. We have moon and sky and rose, and moon, which leaves us only with modern ones. We have knock, winter, forge, grail, heart, edge, moth. Moth is what we're missing. Alright, Moth Newman, where are yous? I have one. Right there. Right there. Okay, Moth Newman, you're up. Okay, good. We've identified our victory. We have identified our particular victory. We are well suited for how we are going to proceed. Moth desk. I gotta go get my... I suppose I can drag the desk down here, right? Drag the desk to the book. Moth will be Trist. And the Newman goes right there. And the ink is Maricat, is Isolt. So this is a very weird combo right here. Lantern, moth, and sky. Anywho, we've got a big moth skill. Alright, we have actually seen an ending here. Moth, oldest. Moth is a god from blood, I believe. The moth beats within the skull, seeks amongst the trees of the wood. It is dappled. The moth, who delights in contradiction, is the oldest hour that remains, any that seem older, as the moth once was, when it once was. Moth is a good candidate, but I believe it is a god from blood, I'm afraid. And Moth usurped the position of the wheel when it destroyed it from within, so it is not a candidate to be oldest, for the wheel predates it. Or, it has to be, right? It has to be. Anyway, we have our 25, A City Forever Unbuilt. This history is my last and greatest work. The city so long dreamt of will never be built. The sun will not touch it. Eternity cannot take it. So this is an ending. It's attached to something that is separate from Yeast Across the Wave. But the determinations are tied to the book, because they've been constant this entire time. So the endings are tied to the Newman. The determinations are tied to the book. Got it. We've obviously seen the ending that we're going to go for. It would be interesting to see a couple of the others, because like I'm going to unlock basically the ability to get any of them, and I have to pick one, and I know what it's going to be, but I'd like to see what the others are. But I guess that's what the wiki's for, right? And I'm definitely not going to play through it again. I do not feel this game has another playthrough in it. It's just too samey every time. It needs a Serapeum expansion. I'm telling you, a house that changes. But anyway, we've accomplished our goal. So let's just think. So we have 4 determinations to make. Color of the flower, who is oldest, what role did speech play in our lives, where did we come from, and where did we come from? So that's interesting that where did we come from has 4 choices. We either came from the Carapace Cross, we either came from the Glory, or we came from just mud-sucking things groping our way forward, which might have been how we were before the Carapace Cross. I haven't read anything at all about what happened before then. So this is the one you would take if you wanted to write the Carapace Cross out of history entirely. Didn't happen, don't pay attention to it. Didn't happen, retconned. And right here is we came from nowhere, which is, I mean, that might be true. We might have come from nowhere to end up in the world. We might have come from the Carapace Cross. We might have come from Glory originally. It's like finding a starting point is always like what came before. Like, were we come from Glory and then we were sucking root things like animal pig monsters out in the brush, and then we were incorporated into the Carapace Cross? Or is nowhere behind the Glory? We came from nowhere, passed through the Glory, and then we were like pigs in the woods, and then we joined the Carapace Cross, we learned how to speak. That is plausible. Like, I don't see how it works other ways. Like, how can we come from the Glory and go to nowhere? So just ordering, like, nowhere has to be first if it is true. And if I write it true, it is true, I guess. So I'm probably stressing far, far too much about this. It's not really a quiz. Except this is definitely a quiz, because the Horned Axe is the oldest. Just, it is known. Will I be changing what is known by writing this book in this certain way? But that's... I don't know. I mean, messing with history is such a problem, because you're essentially retconning the world, and I can say I have these reasons for believing these things, but then I would be changing those reasons by writing this book. It is a tangle. I'm still going to try to get it right. And what to do with the flower, I don't know. I don't know. But I do believe when the role of speech, despite our abbot friend, the wound speaks to me most, because this is how we got into the Mansis. I believe that's true anyway. Maybe I can just make it true by wanting it enough. Anyway, we have accomplished our goal. What we know is that we have to make determinations spending ink in order to unlock some of these others attached to the Numans, I'm pretty sure. So what I should do is probably just make determinations with a purpose in order to unlock endings, and then overwrite them with the correct ones at the end. The ink is infinite after all. Alright, so this is all way too much talking and planning and thinking, when my spare porphyrin is going to go around the desk here. Right there? No, in the center, please. Right there. Yeah, imagine you're trying to ascend to the Mansis, and you send your guys on a raid here, and you just see this stuff on the bookshelf. Like, they used to have fine takers to enforce the will of the library, but the fine takers are gone. So now this stuff is just all open. All this lovely, esoteric, arcane garbage. Just run in and take it, my friends. I can't stop you. I'm just one guy. But, you know, what can I do? So, time to read books. Nothing else for it. We're going to read The Carbonate Schism, the book I bought. We're going to read one big book, Conspiracy of the Lower Skies. That's the book I was looking for the other guy, but it's not a sky book, it's a grail book. That is all about, that is essentially incest. We don't like to talk of it like that. And knock. Alright, so, knock book, you're up. Right there, and you are in VAC. There's no Newman in VAC, which is interesting. Alright. Interesting that the icon for VAC doesn't really look like the card for VAC. Probably reading too much into it, I suppose. I tend to do that, and I don't even need a memory. Alright, we'll read this book, and I'm going to need a Grail Newman. Well, probably anyway. Well, yeah, definitely going to need a Grail Newman. And then my biggest Grail skill is not that big, right? Just Applebright Euphemies. It's minor at that. Ooh, oogly. I got some rain. I got this book. I got nothing. I need the Newman, and on top of that I need the other skill, and on top of that I might need some luck. That's okay. I play to be lucky. Alright, right here. Hyksos, again, I call on you. And then we will spend these lessons. I'm hoping the big book will unlock a secret like the previous big book did. Should read carefully. Bop. Now we go over here and we see what we can do. Oh, I didn't read the other book. Oh, shame of me. It's absolutely trivial though. 13. This'll work. I will throw the scales in for good measure. And I will have to watch that. Meanwhile, I have to read this Mothy book. It is entirely trivial. Alright. Doesn't even need a skill. Just with my eyes. My seeing eyes. I have to monitor this because I'm going to have to meet a challenge. But it's going to be a fairly trivial challenge, I believe. Bop. Alright, so we got more soul. That's all I need. Bop. Right there. There. Alright. Big book. It's funny how this is faster than being able to read it. It really is. Anyway. The Dream of the Conspiracy of the Lower Skies. The disgraced oracle Damazon Azenetin sifts through the tall tales of Penelope of Gordian, the work of the court poet Kale, and the forbidden fragments of the adept Aretrez, identifying common themes. Demoen insists that the hours, far more than mortals, are subject to their passions, to hatred, and even to love. The seasons of famine and plenty, the turn of the earth, the transformations of the furnace, all of these are only the results of the enactments of the lesser passions of the hours. Demoen suggests that the hours have constrained their rivalry to avoid war within the House of the Sun. He identifies the fear of the crime of the sky as the reason that hours do not satisfy other passions. He speculates on the horrifying possibility of ours turned allochite. What would they then devour? I think that's a good thing to be concerned about. 3 lessons. Which is unfortunate. I will now have to discharge them. Knock. Gate flung wide. The Limian Burzgash, gazetteer. He makes gazettes. Of the patterns and rhythms of the hour's progress through the mansis, from the concorsum to the Mallory to the wood. Each century in the mansis is a great feasting hall. In each 99th year, the hall falls silent, and the Elegast sits alone at the feast. Eligayast. Lovely word. There are paths in the mansis that only the sun has walked. In the time of the sun division comes, who will know them? Awkward. When the second dawn comes, who will walk them? Really good questions. And we have another book, right? Moth. The Order of Oblates, on the brink of schism, assembles in a Bounds house identified only as Carbonek, after the Fisher King's castle of legend. There the No and the Long of the Order debate their long policy of non-involvement in matters of feather and scale. One of their number, the one recording their debates, describes how in desperation he has found some kind of solution in a volume of transcendent heresy, but dares not pursue it alone. He convinces a handful of other obviates to depart Carbonek with him, while the others cross the sea to Port Noon. In the last few pages, the author reveals himself as the No adept Ambrose Westcott. Wow, first librarian and long indeed. So he's an obviate? Huh. Very, very old. Reveals himself as Ambrose Westcott, writing in an uncharacteristically serious mode. He informs any who find this work that he has returned the book he spoke of to Abbot Jeffrey's secret, where it can be retrieved with the certain invocations of Sacra Lime. He hopes that one who has read this far and understood this much will find a history to determine. Alright, so that's the first one I found by complete accurate. That's the one that's in the chancel, which is Abbot Jeffrey's dirty little secret. We have another altar here. And you use Sacra Lime. Alright. Good to know, I suppose. Interesting that this information came from a purchased book. I found that Numa completely on accident. Alright, so now we have to wait for a new day, and in this new day we must make a plan. Because I guess I have to get every 13 skills up to level 9, huh? I mean, I don't have to. It'll make what's coming a lot easier. So, well, I got a goal at least. First things first. There is but one skill, what be not on the tree. Yeah, stone stories. I need scale and nectar. And I need probably 2 of them. And I got none of them. Good to know. And everything else pulses with terrible rigidity. Alrighty. So I guess we have to get this. Yep. Up to level 9. So I need 8. Count them. 8. 8 memories of heart and sky. Well, first, I've got 2 on hand right there. So 2 and 3 in a Newman. 4. 5, 6. Yeah, we'll be able to do this, right? It's not going to be a problem at all. Okay, it's going to be annoying, but it's also with a purpose. I'm not going to level all of these. I'm just going to level a lot of these. It's heart and sky. Some of these are going to be a lot easier to invoke than others. Alright, give me every single sky, and heart for that matter. Here's sky. Metal isn't going to be called for here. I didn't want to level these skills simply to level the skills, you know? I wanted there to be a purpose behind them. And thankfully I found this. Because I can do quite intensive things. But I do appreciate if there's a reason to do so. Alright, and get a heart Newman. Or a sky Newman, either way. This one doesn't get pulled off very often. Alright, right there. We are what, in Ramsund? Good. Let's see how we do, right? Oh, maybe the weather will cooperate. It will. Nice. I do miss caring about the weather. I do like that certain things can only happen at certain times in certain ways. I like waiting for propitious hours, and if I always have a couple of them in the back of my mind waiting to go, it's not even that burdensome. So Sacralime, and you, and you, not you, and you, and you, and you, and you. So I have to do one more, right? So I guess it's the Ascendant Harmony. There we go. All the way up. The 4th skill reaches level 9. So that brings us to, we have Rose, we have Edge, we have Forge, and now we will have Sky. So what's the next one comes a long way? Lantern, I guess? We do this. Can we do this now? I need 6 Lantern or Sky. This is a good one to do because Sky is very prevalent. So 6. Oh, do we even have a thing to do? We don't. Okay, never mind. Don't do any of that. Stay still. Grail, Knock, and Forge. So Grail and Knock, essentially. Where is my biggest Knock skill? We are going to knock this skill out of the park. I need an actual Knock skill, thank you. There's not these things. We could level up this. Get it all the way up. Use everything here. That'll take care of Grail. I think that's probably a real good idea. So, what I need to do is get... this is going to be difficult, isn't it? 5 Grail and Knock. This is going to be difficult. Well, that's 1, the Occult Scrap. 5 Grail and Knock. 1, 2. No, don't you. 2. This is, now we are at 2. This is 3, but it's really kind of edgy. No, 5. Okay, so it's not that hard, right? So our second lesson for the day. Huzzah, Stygian binding, full sky now. I want a highest representation. Why do I only have 3 of these now? Serious question. Did I miscount somewhere? I mean, obviously, but when did that happen? So we're going to level up scars and signs. And think. That should be enough. And you, and you, with some effort from that and this lesson, level that up. So this is going to get painful, but it also will test my knowledge of the game, which is painful. Right there. Go do that. Go get a Knocky Newman, right? The Knock Newman is up here. Yeah. I'm just gonna get this for tomorrow. That, I think. Ugh. I should just be able to double click on this and vacuum in the only thing that can fit there. The UI needs work. But we're doing okay, right? Good. Read the newspaper. Oh, I should go examine something. I'm busy. There's the Newman. And tomorrow I need more Grail and Knock memories. I need 6 of them this time. New day. Will the weather assist me? Will not. Need rain. Alright, so Grail and Knock. Nope. You are a yep. And then not you and not you. Those are both heart and sky. It's good to memorize things. Now we are at 1, 2. This is 2. Don't double count it. I'm pretty sure I have done that before. Alright. This is 3. Here we got 4. Oh, and here's 5. Come on now. It's 5. I like how I just naturally organized this correctly. 5. So I can get 5 from the memories I have. Oh, 6. I can get 6. And this is satisfaction. I can also get taste by drinking something. So I shouldn't neglect that. So we can do this. We can totally do this. Uh-oh. I should have waited. I should have waited to see if it was Numa. Lord Franklin Bancroft. Raquel Delante. Infuriating a prodigy. Possibly dead. Possibly real. Okay. Alright. It's Numa. What do I do in the Labyrinth season? I shouldn't have spent so many of my tickets. Lord Franklin Bancroft. What happens if I give you a Newman, right? You know, deep Mandaic. Thorough weather for this time of year. Definite weather. Alright. what else can go here? Just money and stuff. Must not be stilled. No dance without a partner. No drum without a skin. I don't know who Lord Franklin Bancroft is, except he's Grail. Yeah, Grail people are to be avoided, really. Recall to me the matter of blood, which I will never shed again this side of the sea, nor beneath the governance of the wind. So, what happens if I give you a Newman? You can read Deep Mandaic. Deep Mandaic, and this is not what he wants, but you can read it. No. Here's your Grail book, which he cannot read. Sad. Numa is sad. Alright, so you read Deep Mandaic, and you need a Grail book that is of rank 7. So we need a pretty big Grail book. Where can we find that for our buddy here? This is in... See, it's not what he wants, unfortunately. So let's go down in the basement. Snare in the Tree. Collected Proverbs of Aunt Mopsy. What if I give him a book that's got a curse on it? It's probably a bad idea to do that in Numa time, you know? Where's my curse books? Here, my friend. I have a Bloodline book. Oh, I'll just take it. I'm gonna give a dangerous book to Hokebald next time he comes here. This guy, not so much. Here you go. Optimism. If you term it that, I do not deny the hours, but who else than we would make these histories, in the face of all the glory's lights, if... Okay. And here I am, of course, did not read correctly. Do not read this at all. What is this? The Berry Book? That was Satisfaction, right? And it's in a language and I didn't know it? Ugh. Anyway, we need to get some money. Do I have my biggest shaft? Yeah, that's right. Uncanny levers. My shaft will be absolutely abused. Meanwhile, I want to go take a walk in Numa. And we're going to look for... I got a dog when I last came to... I wandered around in Numa. Yeah. There. 11 scale, 10 rows. Find me something. Is this a good idea? I think almost certainly not. Man. Well, things are okay. Next I want to get at least one Numa pair, right? I can make them, but right now I can just go and pick some, so why not? I kind of feel like I could flip a penny down in Numa. I feel like flipping a penny down in Numa is probably a really good idea. I'm very sad I didn't keep a penny on me. Well, I'm going to call Numa to me eventually, so... Like, this is full of Numa signals, but what else can I do here? What do I value? I do not value this candle. Alright. Do not value you, candle. I also think harassing the birds in Numa is probably a good idea. Oh, you can do this with Faust? Because it's sky aligned. And I definitely don't understand the sea caves enough. go. Search. What has Numa brought? Meanwhile, what else do I do, right? In Numa. Take a walk along the beach? Sure. Let's gather in Numa with the sea stories. What else? What else? Definitely feel like I should be gathering water. Plush. Sound is heart, and sound is... it's also from the bow sticks, so... Alright. Is there anything else to do? Does anything else change in Numa? See, that's got a little secret thing right there. And my buddy here, Gervinus Van Loren, also has a secret thing here. I wish I knew what that meant. I wish... Numa, right? Look here. So that is right there, actually the Watchman's Tree. That is it. Specifically that. And the library shelters under it. Right here. White and black and red. Is there anything going on? Should definitely be paying more attention than I am, right? Can I take a swim in Numa? Yeah. Alright, so what else? I guess we just proceed, right? And hope we've done something correct. Okay. Let's try not to well, I actually have forgotten all about what I was doing before. So let's see if I can pull it out despite having only slight attention to it. Oh, yeah, can pull it out. Good. Now we wait to see what Numa brings us, right? Up. Our guest is happy. He gives us a silver, which is wonderful. We will use that to buy books. And over here, we have accomplished our main goal again. Also wonderful. Okay, we found the Numa dog. We are definitely going to keep the Numa dog. The dog from Numa must be adopted. Oh, found rose pearls. I don't know what to do with these things. They have to be investigated, but they'll go right there for now. Good. What else did we find? Yep, Numa pears. Just in case I need any sacrament malachite. It's good to have them around, yeah? Got a wind rumor, which is not really what I was hoping for. We got a salt sign. I don't understand the marks. I think that's, fairly obvious. There you go, salt sign. Anyway, we gotta take care of our dog friend, right? We definitely need to feed our puppy. Then he will be our goodest boy forever. Here, my friend. Have some pilchards, I guess. An egg remains. Oh, do I have any eggs? My problem with giving them the pilchards is they won't come back. I'm not sure if I have infinite remains. Well, anyway. What sort of egg do you lay? What sort of egg do you lay in this month? Oh, wait, we can't go. We have to use all of our cards, right? Can I go to the birds again? Oh, wrong button. Well, the birds. Yeah, go search. I wish the influences we took had more results. I mean, they do for all I know. Okay, let's be clear. But I haven't noticed like sharp tearing in the discoveries. No. I don't think I'm gonna take another walk in the moors. Alright. I thought seeing the weather was sunny would override the Newman broom. It's a memory that be weather. I wonder if I could use this in a determination. Mist-kissed water. Yeah. This is a special drink for special people who no longer come. There. We should test to see if the Newman broom acts as a Newman. You know? It doesn't have Newman on it, so it's very unlikely, I think. But let's find out. First, open up Winter Desk. Second, jerk ourselves back over. Third, papers, please. And then we need Nillikant, right? Good. And now whist, Newman broom, and our biggest of wintry skills, which does not give any histories, so it is not a Newman of any sort. But we have unlocked all the determinations. Alright, we need an egg, we need to feed a dog. That is priority number one, this Newman. This Numa. Pup. Now it suggests a meal would be welcome. Thank you. Now I gotta feed my puppy. Feed the beastie. And then I have to feed the other beastie. Oh, can I gather in Numa? I'll have a chance. Oh, I should definitely visit the beehive in Numa. Ah, cooperative friend. I'm sorry. You're better than a seagull. Seagull, you go up here. You're happier here, right? What? Where'd you go? Why won't it be there? It's adorable squawking sounds. There's no room for Mr. Seagull right there? Yeah, I guess so. Alright, a little awkward, but what you gonna do? See, Mr. Seagull and Mrs. Seagull has there is got a very special golden egg. Tangle brag. I have no idea what to do with Tangle Brags, so I dump it on the ground somewhere. More phosphorescent scrapings. See, it's the same stuff over and over again. I mean, I suppose these are remains, so... Don't know. Throw it on the shelf. Put it in the question mark pile. Meanwhile, Oh, we gotta feed a chicken. We got a pissed off chicken over here. Tuppence. Tuppence. You must be fed, Tuppence. I feed you grapes. Take these grapes, make more eggs. Right, dusk. Ah, good. Now we have a helpful chicken. Alright, and now in the brief moments... Whoop! We need to gather in Numa again. Yes? With snow stories? What goes here? Furs and feathers. Go gather in Numa. We will walk along the beach. With that, go gather in Numa. And we will search the depths again. I feel like these rooms are very much underused. I feel like there should be something happening here. I don't understand the boathouse. There's a lot I don't understand. Sacra Solus Invicti. Like, is something supposed to happen over here? Just a beast or a thing? Alright, Numa departs. Oh, I should have gone to the beehive. Ah, well. I lost it all. But still. I'm okay, right? I feel okay. Okay, I don't feel okay. I feel strange. Bop. Uncanny labors. Ah, the doors of my soul have opened too wide. Every sound rings like a bell. Every word scratches at my eyes or skin. It sounds uncomfortable, but I got a silver out of it. So I got 8 coins out of this Numa, and it costs 3 coins to summon a Numa. So, Numa is where money comes from, eh? I got 2 gold, I got a visitor coming, and I do, however, I am completely out of everything. I need to cure my acusis first. I have a dog, so that should help. Okay. Oh, I'm not here? Where did I go? Where do I sleep? Did I decamp and never recamp? Oh, I slept in the, in here, right? Yeah. I sleep in the cell now? No, I've got a dog. I don't have to do this anymore. Acusis is cured with 9 winter. Wow. I mean, I can do it. Just need a good drink. There we go. Coffee will help me forget the things I did. So Torg and Deerday got imprisoned here? Well, anyway, let's try to recover from the shock to our system. We have lost all our permanent memories, which is very, 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 very sad. However, we can try to figure out what to do. First step, we need Grail and Knock. We still need Grail and Knock in number 7. So, Grail and Knock. Here is a Knock. Don't use my last Grail. This is not what I need. Then over here, Grail and Knock. The number is 1 so far. The number is now 2. Alright, let's get this Newman. The Newman makes the number 3. Correct track. The number is now 3. Okay. Now the number will be 4. Number is now 4. And the number is now 5. And the number is now 6. And number 7. So this is how we get 7 memories. How do I get 8 and then 9? I will need 2 more external memories. Number is now 7. Well, here is number being 8. No, wait. No. What? Am I off center? Am I confused? No. This number is still 7. Number is still 7. So I can get Grail from satisfaction by drinking something. That gives me 8. And now I need to get to work on another permanent memory. So, what is a good trainer? That's the word we're looking for. What's the knock thing? The secret threshold? No, let's go figure it out, right? Go to a knock area right here. No. Right here. No. Well, crap. Where does knock happen? Where is the land of knock? No. Right here, I guess. Fortunately, my shaft is out of order at the moment. My biggest knock skill is the one I'm working on. It's not Amethyst Ampule, it's Curious Hunch, right? That's what I want. And to get that, I need one more knock. Which is to say, I need my shaft to get back up. Which will happen today. Alright, we will wait. Good. We have yet another guest. Visitor interested in the right renewal. Connie is back. Connie's out of order here. She's Moon and Sky, but this is... I guess it's Moony, so she can show up. She's already taught me Kilishimi, so we are just here to help, I suppose. Or I can give her a book that... See if she gets her Newman. Librarian, I'm here on bureau business. I do not like her. Have you heard about this Gladwin thing? Not on my watch. Okay. Idiot adepts rushing up north to try some half-digested Kilishimi right they've got out of a pack of fungus wizards. Whatever happens, I won't like it, so I'm here to look into countermeasures. We are going to reread that. Idiot adepts rushing up north to try some half-digested Kilishimi right they've got out of a pack of fungus wizards. No. Connie says veto. Connie does know Kilishimi and she wants Moon, however. Can you be turned, Connie? Could in the last game. It's Kilishimi and it's Moon. But the book is Moth, unfortunately. So she can read it, but it's not the book she wants. And it's probably not ever going to be able to do this, right? Yeah, she doesn't know Deep Mendaic. Why would she? Should I give her a book? Do I not like She can't read Vac. She wants Moon. Here's Poison Moon in Kilishimi. Okay, we gotta find out, right? From Darkness, Darkness. Wish me luck. Chaotic Theoplasma. What happens? Father Schaller came to Huss House to investigate the possibility the rite was a Hustorum trap, and mentioned, perhaps in passing, that he had managed Teresa Galmo's reincorporation. Yeah, I remember that. This is going to be interesting. I handed her a bomb. I handed the Suppression Bureau lady a bomb. Why is there 10 here? You do have an Earth sign. That's nice. That was gathered in Numa. Huh. It's a very nice thing. Why are there so many? Oh, another turtle. The Savage Relic. Okay, so this explains why there's so many. They're all triggering at the same time. Which is... Oh, we got an egg. How wonderful. And more phosphorescent scrapings. It's just... I recognize that they are a source of these objects, but I feel like they should be... This is to make a turtle, right? Yeah, this is how I got this turtle. And we got the Savage Relic right here. A shrieking little bundle of primordial ill temper. Yeah, here you go. You can be down there. And this egg, I don't think I should hatch it. I think this is food. I think the last one produced a turtle, and I already got a turtle, thank you. I only need so many turtles in my life. This is absolute heresy to some of my friends, by the way. This is not nearly enough, is it? Oh! Numa took the lessons. I forgot about that. I just lost like 4 lessons to Numa while I was so distracted running around. Yeah, I lost 3 lessons? Oh, ugly. Ugly, 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 ugly. Bad play. Well. The good news is I didn't really need those lessons, right? I'm just in the exploration/vanity phase. What happened to Connie? From Darkness, Darkness. Wish me luck. Nothing happened. She even paid. I let her consult this. This book suffered the attention of one of the chilly names or hours, perhaps even a god from nowhere. Its contamination will affect Tristan health, spread to nearby objects. Huh. Interesting. Just, it didn't matter. That's an oversight, I feel. That should have done something. I'm rich. Numa rich. What's it say on the affair? Connie, MCO Lee researched countermeasures at Hutch House, hoping to limit any danger caused by the rite. Oh, Newman took my lessons. Oh, it hurts. It hurts so bad. But nothing I can do about it. I am lesson rich to begin with. Tomorrow I read some more books. We have hit dusk. Boop. Alright, let's drag ourselves forward, right? What sort of day do we have? God, I so wish she would storm back angry. She has some sort of, where she's thinking weird ideas like Connie from Cultist Simulator. Oh man, definitely an oversight. Alright, a tower falls. It's a phonograph. This is going to be hard. Let's go get a knock, Newman. Yeah, it's going to be quite difficult, isn't it? We need Ericapian. Ericapian. There we go. And now our next step is to read another book. 3 books, right? Only 1 phonograph a day, please. Each frame has its fuel. Just go get just a normal memory. Well, we have one right here. No, we don't. Just go get a normal memory for that. Good. And 1 more book, please. The Burning Woman. Yeah, let's go get a normal memory. No need to do anything weird. Okay, forward. Maybe they'll auction a nice book sometime. I'd like that. I have way too much money. Okay, everything. Give me that, give me that, give me that. Now, I want to go to a knock desk. Right there. No, I need a phonograph. That is probably going to be you. Not Knocky. You? Knocky. Theresa's phonograph. Very much knows about knockery. And this is Vac? Question mark? That's strange. A tower falls. Alright, so we want to throw in our shaft. Oh, this is going to be simple. I overthought this. What's my biggest knock skill? We were lovely new. 19 knock. Read the book, right? And I still have another spot for another memory. Yeah, just crushing. Alright, listen to the record. Now we need to read a skybook in Deep Mandaic. And as frosty as I can go, and as much sky as I can muster. Thankfully, that is rather a lot of sky. There we go. Now we need to read The Burning Woman at a forge desk with the metal and the foresight and this. I've got quite a lot of forge on my side. Now the sad part is I'm using my major skills and they are likely to produce lessons that are duplicates of what I already have, which is obviously not what I want. But, you know, hopefully there'll be some interesting secrets in these. If not, I'll just move on. Pop. Okay, first up, in the book, Each Flame His Fuel, a work by Omar the Blaze, an intricate craftsmaster at the Labyrinth of Lions. Omar describes his work in the construction of mirrors for the enclosure of a sacred flame, and his slow realization of a flaw in the glass. Omar explains how his light-smithing techniques can be used in the presence of sufficient lantern to enrich the xanthotic essence into the ink of the first history, but pleads caution in this lest the chandler be realized. The chandler, which will hopefully bring the second dawn. So Yzolt is key to the second dawn, I guess, he thinks. Oh, good. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not. The record, A Tower Falls. The phonograph is packaged in glossy amethyst purple card with the words A Tower Falls in 9 languages on both sides. There is no other identifying information at all. A recording of uncertain origin, inexplicably compelling poetry recorded by a speaker with a rasping, rumbling, impossibly deep voice. in a language called Vac, which probably isn't spoke by more than a few dozen living scholars. Are the long alive? That's the real question. The poem speaks of a four-winged war, a four-mouthed king, a four-rayed sun, a four-cornered stone. It speaks of a tide-washed hunger of the heart. It speaks, lastly, of its own conclusion, when it might be spoken in the dreams before the deep door, by a messenger of histories. There's not a lot here, is there? It might be spoken of the deep door. This is all about the fall of the Carapace Cross, right? The four-winged war, the four-mouthed king, the four-rayed sun. Tide-washed hunger of the heart. That's when the Grail drank the tide. At the Abbey of St. Tentreto, of the deep door, where the monks sacrifice one of their number every year to keep going. Who is the messenger of histories? I would say I am, but I don't know what this means in this case. So I can only say question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Over here, The Burning Woman. A transcription of the play by Meander the Victor, possibly the dramatist of that name, into Phrygian, with commentaries. The play describes a pilgrimage of smiths and adepts following the trail of the burning woman, who has appeared in all of their dreams and given each a wound and a word. So that's almost certainly the mother of ants. The smiths and adepts give up on finding the burning woman and resolve to build their own kingdom, where our strength will be sufficient to shatter the world. Alright, so do I have a big moth skill? Let's hope I do. Anyway, so we have back what Numa took from us. We have lessons to burn. So we should probably continue on that path tomorrow, yes? Now, should I examine some stuff? Look at this big comfy chair. Actually, it doesn't look terribly comfortable. It's this giant hunk of leather. Right? For a great many years, this chair sat below a dartboard. The leather is pocked with the marks of occasional misses, or, quite possibly, assassination attempts. Look at this chair. What about this chair? Tiny potted tree. This chair is innocent of chairly secrets. Good. We must all be interrogated to find if we know anything of the secret life of chairs. Let's destroy the plant. Yes. Well, no thank you. I will keep it. Oh, I can't. It's fixed. The thwack of the darts punctuated the long evenings and drifted down the corridor to the grilled doors of the cells. The ex-triangulari always won, and rather soon, none of the other guards would play with them unless they agreed to a blindfold. All the keys of all the cells still hang here. I can unlock them all at my leisure, but the most significant cells of the Curubit were protected by more than locks. The least cells I shouldn't trouble with. The keys to the most cells are labeled Adept Long, WI, and unhelpfully, question mark. Worm inhabited. So we've got Adept right here, Long, Worm inhabited, and we don't know what the hell this is. It's just here right now. Ooh, a typewriter. Now they call it unromantic. In 50 years, it'll be the most romantic thing in the room. Monogrammed DG. Do not know who DG is. I do know we are done. We're going to do one more day, I think. Then it's break time. Done a lot today. Made a lot of progress. What kind of day do we have? Windy. is not useful, because we are going to be trying to level up this one more time. So that means we need seven lessons, which we can surely find. 7 lessons in Grail and Knock. There is 1. We have one Grail and Knock. Here's 2. We are at 2. There's nothing more here. We are now at 3. We are now at 4. 4. And we are at 5. 5. We are at 6. 6 right there. Then, yeah, now I need to get the Numa for the 7th. The 8th will be a drink. The 9th will be a persistent memory. I have to look into how to get a persistent memory. So this Numa it's the Naki Numa. So, drag you up here. In the language of Arabian. Good. Now we try to make that memory, right? Because we need to put our shaft in and our biggest knock skill, which is of course what we're trying to level right now. We need another memory, eh? Just another memory. Any other memory to get a curious hunch. So we should wait. We should get that second. I don't know if it's persistent though. We'll see. Maybe it is. Maybe we'll be surprised. Pop. Alright, everything we need. Now we have to go get this memory again. Because we're going to turn into a curious hunch. And now we level this up one more time. And that will be, yeah, be able to do this. And the effort is Arab. And we will finish off yet another skill. Good. We have leveled the skill. Let's go read the newspaper now. That will give us back 1. Alright, another memory. And we go up here and we try to refine this memory into a curious hunch. Curious hunch, please. Knit memories into certainty. It takes a while, and I hope it's persistent. I wonder if I'd randomly find something else in the newspaper. I think that would be funny. And pop. Curious hunch is in fact persistent, and it's the Naki memory we know. I could have just gotten a drink instead of building that. Alright, that's fine. We will do one more day. We will level this all the way, and then it's break time for me. Oh, I can consider this? I just pulled off. I would have thought it would be immovable. What do we have? Collars was keenly interested in the history of the houses of Tudor, Plantagenet, Hanover, Windsor, etc., all the way back to the days of the Leashed Flame. He also doodled the Suppression Bureau seal by the name of King Henry's mother, Edith, Of course, Lady Edith serves as nocturnal secretary, the minister with final responsibility for the entire bureau. Why can't I interrogate? This is the same picture, you know. Maybe I better take a look at his, though. He drinks arsenic and cognac. Sequester on site. What do you have to say, little stool? Do you have any secrets? A stout little soldier, on whose worn surface have rested the slippers of a dozen generations of librarians. There's nothing up in here, right? Just normal stuff. Oh, there's some wolf snow. Gotta find out what to do with this. Anyway, time to move on. New day. Time to do one more time, right? Okay. That's not exactly accurate. We're going to be doing this many more times, but it's one more time for right now. So we were at 1. We are at 2 with the hunch. This will make 3. And then over here. Nope. This is 4. Nope. This is 5. We're at 5. The number is 5. Here we have 6. The number is 6. We have 7. Just drag up here. And the Newman shall make 8. Oh. And we will have one more skill at its highest. More importantly, it's better coverage. More up to level 10s. Alright, so and we just kind of wait. Just a little bit. Done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Now you go right there, and you go right there. Bing, 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 bing. And right there. Quite a hand. Then it will be all done up to level 9. Oh, I really should. No scale, no nectar, no scale, no nectar. So Stone Story stays where it is. Alright, so this leaves us with 3 skills out of, no, 5 skills out of 13 up at highest power. And I should work on one more and then do more reading. Yeah, look at that. Huge grail, huge knock. The rest of the day is just looking at items, huh? This area doesn't have a lot in it. Feels rushed. Not many unique items at all. We can do this, you cannot. Okay. The story goes that Governor Colliers used to keep another sign in his office with the motto of the Nocturnal Branch, the Bureau's predecessor, Radix Malorum Liberatus Est. If someone complained about Bureau policies, he would point to the sign and remind them that things could be worse. Eventually it was pointed out to him that the roots of evils is liberty, is an undiplomatic motto to display in a prison. He grumpily retired the sign. We all look at you, Mr. Causley. Here in the Adept cell. Did he know Causley? Did he hate him? Causley spent time at Hush House in the 17th century, but this painting, though undated, is clearly much more recent. It's also signed by Causley himself. A gift to an imprisoned admirer? In Numa, strange things happen. Here we have, this is a dining hall, right? Lacquered bone chess sets. Let's look at the other one. Are you a mate? Yeah, it looks to be the same thing, yeah. It's not reversed. That's what I was keeping my eye on. Spartan chair. Yeah, I'm just blowing through this area. Hard librarians value hard chairs. I have no reason to think this will be anything special. Prophet slime. It's the same thing. I suppose this gives a memory of contradiction, right? I suppose that is a worthy purpose. Here we have the worm cell. Ugh. Yeah, it's the same one. No, it doesn't give contradiction? That's sad. There's just absolutely nothing here but the midnight mark, which I don't know what to do with. Stargall ink, sand, witchworms. Oh, all this stuff, eh? Why is there a grave and a little graffiti of a coffee cup under there? Why is there graffiti of a coffee cup? There you go, my friend. I shall... Oh, this is my bed. Oh, we gotta get out of here. Maybe that's why that's there, because I sleep here. Yeah, I don't sleep here anymore. That's dumb. Alright, let's take a look at the bats. Not like squeaky bats, like slammy bats. Retrieved from Gladwin Lake and returned to the cell's occupants as a reward for good behavior. Contradiction. Huh. So you can get contradiction out of this stuff infinitely? And quickly because of, uses consider instead of, reading at a desk. There we go. That's my room, right? Next to my dog and my snake. Who's gonna ambush me now that I have my snake? Yeah, same thing. Alright, so this brings us to the end, right? Tomorrow I play again, try to spend my 5 memories. So what day do we got? Alright, so, in quite good shape. We have 5 of 13 skills at max. We went and we explored the determinations and we explored some of the endings. We identified the ultimate ending for my class, which I will definitely be going for, but I want to open all the others just to read them. So, things to do. Read all the books, play around with unlocking recipes that I might not have, spend a bunch of lessons, unlock all of the other Newman-based endings. Maybe see if I can find some more Newmans? I don't know. It's possible they could exist, though 10 is such a round number. Anyway, it's a good play session. A lot got done. Next time, I'll do it again. Bye, buddy. Bye, 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 bye.